Okay, hi. Yeah, welcome to my self-isolation knit nest. I decided to do this live. I don't know why, really. Basically, I've got lots of time. I'm feeling good, except what I want. Um, and yeah, so, oh, someone's here. Hello! I don't know who that is, but I am live. You're the first person in. Um, I have decided it's a great time to do some stash busting um, and figure out what I have to maintain me for the next couple weeks at least. Yeah, this is basically all my yarn good to go. Um, I've also separated a pile over there for my um, I guess my scrappy blanket, which is pretty good size right now, considering it's about 10 years old. I've been making it for about 10 years. Um, but you know, it's like half a baby blanket. Hello, another person just came in. Hi, how you doing? Um, Hope you guys are well. If you're isolating like me, I hope you got lots to keep you busy. I decided today that I need to craft like crazy. I even got my sewing machine out and sewing, but I've got all my yarn out here. And I was just going to go through it in a little bit. Um, yeah, I've also got some whips that I found that are a little old that maybe need some attending. um, so we've got down here, let me grab these. I'm gonna just set this camera up on a table. Oops, I need to get my battery pack out. Let's adjust this. Oh, I love that mask. He's like staring over me. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. Maybe I can adjust it down a tad more. You can see my stove in the background there. Oh well, that's fine. Um, yeah, so I found some whips, which is kind of fun, which I haven't thought about in a long time, I guess. Um, I started them, kind of got unsure, and then put them aside, just like you always do. But this is beautiful. I forgot about this yarn. The lighting's not very good in this room, but actually, it shows up pretty well. There's a lot of natural light in here. This, and then I started knitting it, what was intended to be a hat. And now, I guess this pile is, should I continue or should I not continue? It's really beautiful, beautiful yarn. I don't know if you can see like the halo on there. It is from, I think it's from New Zealand. Kyogu. It's special edition dyed by Kyogu. Special edition dyed by Kyogu. Oh, this is Zealandia. That's right. This is Zealandia. I think that's what it's called. Not cheap stuff. Lace weight 50 grams per skein, 382 yards at 350 meters, 32 to 46 stitches over 10 centimeters. So that's obviously depending how you knit it and what size needles you're knitting it with. But this stuff is 40% cashmere, 40% brush tail possum down, and 20% mulberry silk. So super duper 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 soft, very luxurious. And I just wasn't sure if making like a slouchy hat with it is maybe the best idea. I don't know. It would be really pretty. I love my hair. I'm just not doing anything at the moment because who cares? Um, Yeah, I'm not going outside. I just drive this way. Um, but it's really pretty, nicely variegated once knit up. I think, I don't know. What do you guys think? Can I turn chats on? Is that on? Live chat, all viz. Okay, there we go. I don't know how I see live chat. Oh, okay, I guess it's on. Yeah, I think I'm gonna frog this one. I think I'm gonna scrap it. Besides, I'd like to have the needles. These are nice, some Addy turbo needles. I'm doing it. I'm gonna frog it. Hello, there's a new person here. And I don't see the chats. I don't know if I have this on right. Hold on, let me look. Not mute microphone. Hi, live chat. Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, if you're there, type in hi or something, so I know that. Ah, there we go. Wonderful. Hi, how you doing, Miranda? Caitlin, hello, hello. Oh, I got a little stitch marker, and it's orange. My favorite color. New person, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to isolation time. Sorry about the lighting, I'm just using natural lighting today because I'm in my living room. I needed the space. I have basically, I was chatting with Pablo this morning. I'm like, I'm gonna turn the dining room into my studio since we're gonna be inside for a long time. Gosh, the Canadian government came out today. It's actually been really great. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has been in isolation for I think like 10 days now because Sophie Gregoire Trudeau, his wife, the first lady of Canada, she tested positive for coronavirus, so she's been in complete isolation, and of course the Prime Minister and his kids have been at home for 10 days, but he's been coming out and doing press releases every single day. So it's been kind of interesting. I've been really enjoying watching him. You know, for the most part, I don't have a lot of oh, needles! Yay, free set of needles. I don't have a lot of sort of interest in politics when it comes to that, but I feel satisfied with his response. Anyway, so see what happened there? Yeah, a few nights ago, I passed out, fainted in the kitchen, like no warning. Boom, hit the floor, woke up, blood in my mouth. I bit almost through my lip. You can see right there, that's where my teeth came through. And smushed my face and went to the hospital the next day. I probably should have gone that night, but went to the hospital the next day. And then came home, and now I'm like sniffling and not feeling great. So who knows? I mean, they're not testing me because I haven't been traveling, but Pablo's sick as well. So we are at home, self-isolating. Yay, I've got like yarn to do a new project with now I can get excited with, because it's not tied to that whip that I was just working on. Anyway, so that's the long and the short of it. And for you guys that have just joined, check this out. I have been going through my entire stash and figuring out what I'm gonna do with it and just seeing what's there, because you know how it goes. You buy stuff, you put it away, and then you sometimes forget about it a little bit. So you love those colors? Are you talking about my eye? I have to have a sense of humor about it. I'm having coffee too in my little tiny antique coffee cups. Oops, it's got a little bit of stain on the outside there. These were my grandmother's. I think she got them as a wedding present, which would have been in like the 30s, late 30s. So I think these are from the 20s, 30s. It's got a cute, lovely little saucer. Look at that. Bone china. Tuscan, fine English bone china, made in England. And each set has a different color, and they're all pastel. They're so beautiful. So they've been in storage for years. My grandmother gave them to me. Well, yeah, actually, before she passed away, she gave these to me. So that's like really sweet. And that was over 10 years ago. Oh, I'm getting a little... they've been in a box because they're like almost 100 years old. And I was so afraid to use them, but I've taken them out of the box and now I use this one little cup every day, which is so coffee stained on the inside. It must have been the one that my grandmother drank out of. So I am enjoying it. I have this beautiful little coffee maker that it's like a wonderful ritual every morning. Anyway, okay, I digress. We should get started on yarn stuff. I found all these threads today, which I'm kind of excited about. Maybe I can do some embroidery or something with all these colors. I don't know. Not enough there to do a full thing, but it would be a fun, tiny little project. I also found, I forgot, like when I was in South Africa, I found these were like little gifts. They're glass beads made by some of the local women, Shangaan woman, outside of Kruger National Park. And they were little gifts from the lodges when we were staying there. So that's kind of cute. I don't know what, like, I guess I should just put them with my other Christmas decorations. I'm like, I don't know what to do with them. Christmas decorations. And then these are really cute too. These are made in Tenge fabrics. And I think these were given to us in Botswana? I think Botswana. Anyway, so those are kind of cute. I'll put those with my other Christmas decorations. Oh yeah, one more project that that I have been working on, which I do actually need to finish because they're so beautiful. And I showed these a couple episodes ago, but I'll show them again. These gorgeous shabui. I think the silky one is Drift. Oh, Silk Cloud. And then the main one, yeah, Drift. Shabui, Silk Cloud, and Drift. Makes these lovely basic mittens. The pattern is from Putting Yarn. It's posted a couple episodes back in the description. So check that out. But yeah, I really gotta finish those because seriously, it's like an evening's worth of work and I've dropped a couple stitches, but oh well, like that's all I have left to do. Okay, I know it's the wrong hand, but that's it. Oh, it's a little bit lumpy there. Yeah, so I will work on those. That has to go. The rest of my nest. That's my nest. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's where I've been, lying and knitting every day. I've been working on this beautiful, beautiful scarf, and I've been stopping, starting, because is it just too boring? Is it just too lacy? And I don't know if it's going to be for me. Oh, I should, there we go. I don't know if it's going to be for me personally. Who knows? I did like the color because it's a bit more like gender neutral. But here it is. Oh, you can actually see the transition on the camera quite clearly. Wow. It's right there. Oh, that's so, there's one there, there's one there, there's one there. Wow. It's not so apparent in person, but anyway, it is a beautiful fade. This is from Estelle Yarns, and it's cotton and acrylic, and I'm really enjoying knitting it now because it goes really fast. I put in a couple safety lines. There we go. I put in a couple rescue or safety lines or whatever you want to call them, and yeah, I've been doing about that much in a day, so it's going by pretty fast now. I think I should be finished in the next couple days. The problem is that I have, where's the yarn? Ah, there it is. I have quite a bit left, so let me weigh this. I even brought my scale out. Oh, geez, really? Still that much? Whew. Okay, so I still have 110 grams left. So I've used just over half to make an already 6 foot long scarf. So I've been thinking of binding off soon and then picking up stitches along the edge, but then it's going to be like dark, you know, the whole way across. It might be interesting if I do that and just then do like short rows going back to kind of create this more of a triangle. And then the more of the dark will be concentrated at the dark end. I don't know. Let me know what you think of that. Ah, there's someone new. Hello. Yeah, so yeah, I think that might be a nice way to finish this off. We'll see. I don't know. It's going well though, so far. Hi, Tammy. I really like it. Like I said, I'm not sure if it'll be for me. It's not feeling like really masculine because it's super lacy. But I like it. I'm coming to you live from my knitting room. If you're just joining, from my knitting room, it is actually my knitting room, my new knitting room, my living room, because I've been cleaning house. So actually, let's get into that. Let's bring out some of these beautiful yarns, revisit some old times, some good times. And I'll put my current project back. Turn that off. Again, I hope everybody's doing well during this wonderful self-isolation and you are not sick. I'm a little bit sniffly, and so I'm staying home. Pablo's staying home too. But anyway, I digress. Again, I found these stuck in the back of my stash, and I kind of forgot about them. I think I bought these over a year ago. They're from different places. So this one is Fleece Artist, which is Halifax, Nova Scotia. And it's 100% superwash merino. It's a single ply, 400 meters per 113 grams, so it's a little over 100 grams. recommended 3mm. I think you could go up on this if you want to make it more a little light and airy. You could go up to like a 3.5 or 4 even, or 3.75. 4 might be too big. But it's really nice. It says it's machine washable. I don't know. It looks like it might felt to me. What do you think? Actually, you know what? And I was watching Sweet Tea, No Shade. I should fix my camera here a little bit because my head's being cut off. I was, oh, that's a lot of ceiling. I was watching Sweet Tea, No Shade the other day, and they were saying, I hate it when people don't pull out the hanks and show off, or the skeins and show it off. So, point taken, and that's a really good point. So, here you go. Isn't this gorgeous? There we go. It's got this lovely like pink and blue and gray streak through there, and then the rest of it is quite nice and like this variegated green with or I should say like tonal green with a little bit of like peach down here. It is stunning. So I'm just gonna, let's drape it here over this wing back. I don't know if any of you have watched the earlier episodes, but there's a bit of history behind this wingback chair that I'm sitting in. This used to be my mom's. So when she moved out into teacher's college residence, when she was in, I guess at that time it was Rhodesia, which is now Zimbabwe. That's where she was born. She bought this chair at a thrift shop, and obviously it's been recovered a couple times. But this was her first chair, and it was old then, and it's ancient now, and it's my favorite knitting chair to sit and knit in and watch TV or look out the window. This is a beautiful, like quite a bright, greeny, mustardy yellow. I absolutely love it. It is showing up quite well in this color. I think there's a lot of natural light that comes in here, so the colors are pretty true. This is Manos del Uruguay, Hands of Manos del Uruguay, Hands of Uruguay, I think. Extra fine merino and silk. So this is merino and silk, whereas this one is just 100% merino. This one, 70% merino, 30% silk. Approximately 490 yards, so that's pretty similar to this. What's this? 437, okay, a bit more. And it's 100 grams. Oh, okay, so you get more for less. That's nice. And they recommend a 3 to 3.75. So that's what I said for this one, up to, I think I said a 3.75 would be fine, 4 would maybe be too much. But it's very, very nice. And I think the two together would make something really pretty. What do you think? Yeah, like that is beautiful. I love it. So I am going to put these two together. They were far apart from each other in the stash. And let's see if I can do this. Oh, okay, this is always tricky. Can't believe I'm doing this live. Okay, this is painful. Okay, here we go. Here we go. There it is. There it is. Oh. Let's see if I can do it a second time. Yeah. So anyway, beautiful yarn, and I don't know what I could make with that. It's quite fuzzy because it's the single ply. And, okay, one more twist on that one. So, you know, you'd want to make something quite nice and warm I always default to a shawl or a scarf or something like that. Hold on, this one's not. There we go. Carry that twist around. There we go. Sometimes you got to fight with them a bit. Okay. Another color set that I kind of found that was a little bit surprising was, oh, I'll grab it. So originally I bought these two together from Red Fox Fibers. I think Red Fox Fibers is a local Canadian dyeing company. Hello, Maria. Happy to see you too. Good to see you from Mexico. How are things going down there? Are you in isolations? We are stuck inside here for the most part. Anyway, back to the yarn. This is Red Fox Fibers. It is 75% merino, 25% nylon. It's a 4-ply, 463 yards per 100 grams. This one's called Pretty Things, and this one's called Bighorn Dam. They are really pretty. I'm gonna do it. Now, I bought these two together, and I haven't opened them up since I bought them. So that's the Pretty Things. Wow, that's really nice. So like, got great blue and purple, and actually a little bit of like rosy peach in there as well. It's got a nice shine to it. It's a really pretty yarn. Red Fox Fibers, like I said, they're here locally in Canada, and I actually even found their little button that I got from them. So, don't focus on my face. So I'm gonna put that on something. Let's have a look at the Bighorn Dam one. Bighorn Dam, that's a place here in Alberta. I believe they are, Red Fox Fibers is an Albertan company, which is nice. So this is a beautiful gray. Hello from Turkey. Oh my goodness, all the way from Turkey. Hello, hello, hello. How you doing over there in Turkey? So really nice gray. And actually, maybe they do go well together. Ooh, there's even a bit of like brown in there. So that's kind of nice, like really pretty. I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna balance these on my knees. I did find this, which I forgot about. I've had this for a long time. I've had this for years. This is called, this is from Hedgehog Fibers. This is when they still had the old label. It's called Goblin. It's their skinny singles, 100% merino, 366 meters per 100 grams. And this one is also really pretty. It's got some nice dark. Hello, hello from Denver. How you doing? This one's got some nice dark. Hey, that matches my teacup. Even a bit of turquoise in there, a bit of like rust and orange. So I was thinking, I don't know, those two together? No, they're too similar, I think. Oh, thanks so much for saying I have a good knack for putting colors together, but honestly, I don't think I do. I always have a hard time with colors. It's probably my biggest thing that I agonize over. Yeah, it always holds me back. Cheers, coffee time. So, maybe these two together? See, that's kind of nice. Now they are two different yarns. One's a 4-ply, one's a single strand. But I think the texture difference might be interesting as well. Yeah, I think that could be really, like, look at that, it's kind of like stormy. Now the other option for this one, because it is so dynamic, I guess, I just thought of it now, but maybe not. Nah, never mind. Yeah, so beautiful yarn from Hedgehog Fibers. Always love their stuff. And, oh, I think I've got a knack for this. Oh, you're curious about my eye. Yeah, so that happened a few nights ago. I was standing in my kitchen, getting ready to make some tea, and the next thing I knew, I was being picked up off the floor by my partner. I bit through my lip almost all the way and smushed my face into the ground and my shoulder, and I'm all bruised down this entire side. So I just must have completely blacked out. Went to the hospital the next day. The consensus was that I might be sick or I might be catching something, and to go home, stay home, and see if symptoms develop, which kind of have a tiny bit, a little bit sniffly. Was a bit achy yesterday, so I have been pretty much staying in. Pablo's been staying in, and yeah, we're just staying away from everybody. We've got lots of groceries, but yeah, I smushed into the floor, and that's the first time that's ever happened. I've never been in a fight before, so it's my first black eye. I'm proud of that. I don't really want to ever be in a fight. So, yeah, I think I posted it on Instagram and somebody said, I look rough, I look tough or something like that. And I was like, oh, okay. My face was all swollen and just very sore, and I felt very sorry for myself. So whatever I look like is one thing. I just felt pretty stupid. Okay, enough about that. What else is going on? Oh yeah, I found this really beautiful yarn. Now this is super old. This is probably like from 5 or 6 years ago. And I know, sorry, there we go. I know I got it at Pudding Yarn, but this is obviously way before I started working there. Pudding, by the way, is closed. Hello from Ontario. Hope you guys are doing well over there. Thank you very much. This is gorgeous yarn. It's Red Fox Fibers. This one's called Bighorn Dam, and it is a local Canadian dyed yarn from Alberta. So, beautiful yarn. Check them out, Red Fox Fibers. I was looking for this one. So I bought this years ago. Probably, like, I should hold this up so people can see what I have. I'm like unwrapping a present here. I bought this years ago from Pudding Yarn, and it is beautiful. It's got a nice sheen to it. It's a single ply, tonal, single colors, a solid tonal. Do you call it a solid tonal? I don't know. that's a blue, and this is like this nice gray, gunmetal-y gray. The two of them together really complement each other nicely. So I started knitting them into, and I think this was one of my first kind of goes at trying out lace. Obviously you can see I was doing some sort of fade thing. I don't know. Not my thing. I'm kind of getting tired of the lace. Sort of over it. And besides, I have new knitting books, so that's exciting. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but obviously I'm frogging it. Let's wrap it back up again like a little present. For those of you guys who are joining, I am going through my entire stash with everyone here. And yeah, it's kind of crazy. As you can see, yeah, Tammy just asked me, do I primarily work with fingering weight? And there's your answer. Yes, 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 yes. Tons of fingering weight. So mostly sock sort of stuff. Oops. Sorry about that. Mostly sock stuff. So you can see like all of this here is sock weight. This is more for, I guess this is like socks. This is Sweet Georgia, nice like green variegated tonal. This is really pretty too. Actually, let's take a look at this one. Again, it's totally like I'm into turquoise right now. This has got a tiny bit of pink and purple in it. Tiny, tiny bit. This is from Cloud9 Fiberworks. This is their Cumulus sock yarn, which is called, the color is Zen Garden, approximately 336 meters, 80% superwash, 20% nylon, and the website is www.cloud9, the number 9, fiberworks.com. Yeah, it's beautiful, very nicely done. Let's have a look at it. It's kind of a, yeah, you can never go wrong with turquoise, really. Like, this is nice. It's like a sea foamy, like every color of the breaking wave. Wow, really beautiful. Gosh, another one that I probably haven't opened up in like a year and a half. So I think this would make really nice socks. And, you know, I buy a lot of this and I'm like, ooh, that would make a nice shawl. And I forget that actually I do enjoy making socks. It's been a long time since I've made a pair of socks. So, I was thinking the other day, it's time to start making socks. Oh, thank you about the the yellow. I do love yellow. I've always loved yellow. My bedroom when I was a little kid was, the walls were painted yellow. I had yellow curtains. I was a very hyperactive child, which is probably something to do with all the yellow. Let's see, what else do we have down here? I do love yellow. And it's super in right now. I think I've said that a few times. I was so surprised when I was in Europe. It was just everywhere, absolutely everywhere. So speaking of yellow, I've got this nice yellowy speckled blue and brown. This will be really with fleck of orange in there. This is going to be really nice to make into a pair of socks. Totally in love with this. Let's put it around my neck. I can hear Pablo in the kitchen, sneaking around. This is 75% superwash, 25% polyamide. 100 grams is 396 meters. and yeah, sock yarn basically. So you're looking at 2.25 to 3.25 millimeter needles. Does Pablo knit? No, Pablo does not knit, but he enjoys wearing my knitting, and he's one of the few people I actually knit for. This is Arcaria yarns. Husako sock. I don't know. I can't pronounce that. Hand painted superwash wool blend. So really, really pretty yarn. Again, another nice one. Okay. I hope I'm seeing everybody's comments. I apologize if I am missing some out there. I've had a chance to use my ChowGoo needles a fair bit that I got a couple weeks ago, and I gotta say, I am never going back to anything else. The red lace is just absolutely fantastic. Let's see if I can do this. I think I over twisted this one. Oh wait, no, there we go. There we go. I got it. The red lace is absolutely fantastic. Oops, that one is a bit over twisted. Yeah, I think my only criticism for them would be that they occasionally do kind of come undone on the twist. So, yeah, but you know, you just tighten them up again, and then they're good to go for like another couple hundred rows. Anyway, what else do we have here? Oh, this is something I haven't thought about in a while, and that is dyeing. So I guess I have to go online now. I tried to go to the fabric store the other day to go buy some sewing things. I have my dining room table. You can see there's my roll of interfacing. I know what it's called now. My roll of interfacing is sticking up over there. I want to start sewing as well, making some bags, but I only have one zipper. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I guess I could order online, but who knows? Who knows how long it's gonna take? Hello, new person. There's a new person just joined. So anyway, yeah. Hello, new people. I am going through my stash. I've taken it all out of the cupboard and put it on the floor, and I'm going to put it away all neatly, but I figured while it's out I should do a little podcast. Ooh, this has gotten twisted. Oh geez. What is going on here? Okay. This is the price tag. I think it's not properly on here. Hold on a second. There we go. Okay, there we go. I'll put that on in a second. So this is some natural yarn that I purchased. I've got two skeins here. I'm obviously not going to untwist both of them. Aubusson House is the company, Aubusson. And this is an 80-10-10 mix of superwash merino, cashmere, and nylon. Wow. It's lace weight, so it's really fine. And we're looking at 2,300 yards. That's a lot. That's a lot in there. Per 115 grams. That's a ton of yarn in there, and I got two of them, and these were really cheap. They were 20 Canadian dollars. So I'm very happy with this, and I'm gonna have to dye this, and obviously it's lace weight. I'm gonna have to make shawls out of these, and these are gonna make I mean, I could make 4 shawls out of this, because it's 2,300 yards in this. And I would normally only use about 900 yards for one shawl. So maybe 3 shawls. I could make 3 shawls out of this. Anyway, it's beautiful. I've got the other twisted up skein here. But natural yarn, it's a superwash cashmere nylon blend. Totally forgot I had this. Have I considered knitting and then dyeing? Yes, I have. I guess you could do like a dip dye or an ombre. I think that would be effective once it's knit. You might get some resistance in there, which could also be interesting, because if you dyed it at the same time as you were blocking it, that could be interesting. So you would dip it in, let it soak up. There might be some resistance from where the yarns are touching each other on each stitch. And then when you take it out of the water and block it and stitches even out, you might get some little white patches in there. I'm thinking that might be an interesting thing to try. I have, I don't know if I want to try it on this beautiful like cashmere lace weighty stuff, and it's really fine as well. It's only two ply. Does that work? It's only a 2 ply. So I don't know how much resistance would be on this one. I would think maybe a superwash merino, sock yarn, or a ran weight might have more resistance when touching each other. So could try it out. And a superwash would strike much faster. So you'd have to use like an acid dye in a superwash so it strikes right away. The longer it sits in the dye, the more it'll penetrate into the fiber. Yeah, there's that thought. So hi, oh, a bunch of new people just joined. Hello, hello, hello. Hope you're doing well during your isolation times. I am home. It's beautiful and sunny outside. Look at that. Normal in Calgary. But I am inside, and I took my all my yarn out of their bins. And there's some bins under the bed and bags under the bed and bags in the closet. Anyway, I've taken it all out, laid it out on the floor to see what I've got to keep me going through this time of isolation, because the yarn shops have all closed, the fabric shops are closed, can't get zippers for sewing. Anyway, let's see what I got down here now. Let me just lower this a little bit more. Oops, no, okay, no, too much. Okay, let's see what I got down here. So basically, let me, if I move this back a bit, all of these here, up to about this point, this, yeah, actually that one should go there. So this is basically all my scraps, my leftovers, and I'm thinking of making, oh, let's put a light over that. Oh, that's better. Sorry, my lighting is not very good today because I am in the living room. There we go. So I'm thinking of making a bunch of scarves and stuff, like scrappy single scarves, or maybe even a blanket. However, I already have this blanket here that I'm making, that I've been making for years and years and years, and I just love it, how it's turning out. It's a little bit of everything. At this point, I think this side of it here is a lot of acrylic. We're starting to get into more of the wools over here, but it's not much of anything right now other than just a strip of hexagons, or yeah, hexagons. And I just have my bag of odds and ends that I use for it. And these are all teeny tiny little bits that aren't really enough. Like, this is more than enough here to put a few of these together and make a scarf or make a hat or something. I probably have even enough here to almost make like a vest or a small sweater. But I'm not going to do that because I still have one more sweater I need to finish, and that's in this one here, which I kind of forgot I had. I don't know if you guys remember, if you're, yeah, finishing the blanket may be a good idea. I've got a lot of work to do there. And that's more of a, sometimes I just sit down and I just crochet as I go, tiny little bits at a time. I don't know if you remember the sweater that I was making about a year ago. The Guthrie sweater. It's beautiful. It's a gorgeous sweater. And then I put it away, and then because I went to Africa, and then I was working in Africa for basically like 6 months. And well, I've put on some weight, I've been going to the gym, I've put on some muscle, and basically it doesn't fit me anymore. It is too tight, and I have not finished it because I still have a sleeve and another sleeve basically to finish. I just started this sleeve. So what I think I'm going to do is steek it. So I'm a little bit scared, but what I'll do is I'll finish the arms, and then I'm going to steek it. So I'm going to cut it straight up the middle here and put in a button belt, a button band, and hopefully it'll be more like a jacket. And I've found, actually, during my stash clean out, I found these gorgeous little coconut buttons that I got from my favorite button shop called Button, which is in Vancouver, in Gastown. They smell so good. I think, yeah, they're, oh no, you know what they are? They're not coconut. This is sawdust that's pressed with resin. So it smells like a wood shop. It's just absolutely beautiful. Anyway, I've got these gorgeous buttons. I'm gonna put on this once I steek it because it's too small for me now. Yeah, let's have a look. What else have we got here? I'm gonna just see, can I? Nope. I'm trying to see the chat's history, but I'm not very savvy. Oh wait, there we go. I think I see the top chat. No. Anyway, I'm not that tech savvy. Yeah, so this is a beautiful sweater, really fun to knit. Definitely check it out if you are looking to do an epic color work. I have seen some amazing Guthrie sweaters on Instagram. So there's the hashtag Guthrie sweater on Instagram. Go check them out. Doing like a color variation or different fades throughout this. It's absolutely stunning. What a beautiful sweater. Yeah. That is almost about it, really. I've been chatting away now for almost an hour. I should probably get some knitting done and start putting some of this yarn away. I don't know. Maybe, let's see if there's any more I'd like to kind of point out. There's this gorgeous copper one that, here, let me redo this. There we go. Hello, Mr. Coyote. There's this gorgeous copper one here that is from Ching Fiber. This is their Bedrock collection. 70% superwash merino, 30% silk, 400 meters. I just love it. I think this would be a nice one to kind of pair with another yarn that's completely different, so you get like a complete texture change. I don't know. I don't think I have any suitable ones here, but it's definitely one to keep in the collection. There's like bits of green in there. This is really pretty. Let's see, what else do I have which is worth showing? I showed those two last week. Oh yeah. This is from the Skinny Hooker. I bought these also about a year ago. This is just a nice like gray with this beautiful rust fleck all the way throughout of it. It's called Rusted Robot, 80% superwash, 20% nylon, 110 grams, so it's a little bit more than your regular skein, 420 yards or 384 meters. So really pretty. And then kind of like the same speckle on this one, but it's this gorgeous like ice cream, mint ice cream color. I love mint ice cream, and it's just like, I had to buy it. It's delicious. Look at that. And there's these beautiful like colored speckles in there. So this is more like rust. This one has a bit more of a color speckle going on. I think these both would make beautiful socks like individually, or you could color match, do them together. At least the speckle would carry throughout. You could even do like some color knitting with socks. I'm not very good at doing that. I've tried it once before. Didn't happen. I ended up pulling it all out, and I think I ended up running out of yarn as well because I was doing cuff down. That's what happened as well. So there's this pair of socks. Now I've used this yarn multiple times over. This pair of socks that I started making, and I was already using, oh that's right, I was already using scraps and I ran out of yarn. So now it's just sitting, waiting to become something else. But yes, I have done that a few times. I've started knitting a sock from cuff down to the toe, and because my feet are size 13, I have run out of yarn before. And that's never a fun thing. So I do toe-up socks now. Yeah, I also have like a ton of sock yarns. Jeez. Speaking of socks. So these are all like and that one, and that one, and that one. So these are all like socks to be. There you go. So all of these. So I'm going to keep these all together. And that's that. What are you guys doing? What are you up to during your isolation time? Are you working? Are you working from home? Are you laid off? You know, I guess for me, I'm not really laid off, but I'm definitely not working. Tourism industry obviously has completely tanked. Even my trips that are scheduled to be in May, people are canceling those and heading off. And I guess, you know, picking later trips, I'm seeing later in the year, trips are getting booked up, but tourism industry has taken a real hit. God, that's beautiful yarn. This is from Over the Moon yarn. I've got the ball band in here. I don't really want to take it out. It's called Atomic Sock. 75% superwash, obviously 25%. Tammy says she's working from home. Oh man, Tammy, and you're a teacher, that's tough. Yeah, I'm not really working right now. I am one of the 1 million Canadians that applied for employment insurance last week. 1 million people. What? 1 million people applied for social assistance last week. So that's going to be interesting to see if the government can handle that. I've got, I've got a little bit of money to hold me over. The government's doing incredible things, so they are working really hard. But we'll see how long that takes for social assistance to come out to people. God, this is also another beautiful sock yarn. So this is Comfort Sockenwohl color from Germany. Beautiful color. So it's just standard sock yarn. I love this stuff because you can put it in the dryer. I'm not a fan of sock yarn that you can't wash and dry. Very, very important. Yeah, 1 million people applied for social insurance, for employment insurance last week. Just blows my mind. Miranda, oh, that's so nice that you can get somebody to go out and get food for you. I went out to the grocery store a couple days ago before I started getting symptoms. I didn't know yet. And anyway, I mean, we were all lined up down the road. Everyone's outside, standing apart. And it's tough. It's weird. It's strange times right now. Anyway, look what I found. I found this. This is beautiful. This is one of my favorite, not new yarns because they've been around for a while, but Estelle Yarns is another great Canadian company. And they make these little yarn cakes called Sock Twins. Each one is 50 grams, and they're just absolutely wonderful. And I got this from, from my favorite yarn shop in Canmore. Okay, I found this, it's a little bit crumpled. But it's called the Quilt Shop and Yarn. And it's a great little shop to stop at if you're driving through the Canadian Rockies. Stop there. They don't have a giant yarn. I touched my face. They don't have a giant yarn collection. It's okay. I'm home and I've washed my hands fairly recently after touching, not before touching all this yarn. Anyway, they don't have a giant yarn collection, but they do have some great sock yarns. Sock yarn, it's my thing. Those guys who are just joining us, I'm going to be signing off soon, but I've been going through my stash. What have you been doing during your time at home? I was about to scratch my eye. But yeah, that's about it. I hope you're all doing well, and I'm going to sign off because I have been rambling for an hour. But maybe I'll keep doing this. Maybe I'll just sit and knit live. No, that's boring. Nobody needs to sit and watch me knit. But happy knitting, guys out there. Thank you for joining me. Thanks for watching. I hope you are all well and safe and have your cupboard stocked for the next couple weeks. And yeah, maybe we can do like Friday knit-alongs or something. I don't know. We should get together, do like a Zoom knit-along. Wouldn't that be fun? Yeah, anyway. If you're new to the podcast, subscribe, like, hit the notifications, all that good stuff. You can visit me on Instagram at BurlyPurly, also on Ravelry, BurlyPurly. And yeah, take care, everyone. Thank you. I will feel better, and I hope you are all doing well. Bye.